This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stockbox interview.
Joining us today is Jack Dann, the Technical Director for the uranium joint venture with UCAM, of course, as well, from Power Metal Resources. Jack, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Yeah, we've had a good week and looking forward to the future work we're proposing.
Okay, good. Because, of course, you've had two quite big RNSs from the uranium project. Of course, you've got the backing there with UCAM. That was for 10 million, I think, the investment, wasn't it? £10 million worth of investment there. So this is now really the sort of the start, and I guess we can sort of see the fruits of your labour in black and white now. The plan's ready to go.
Absolutely. So, yeah, this week we announced some geophysical work that we're completing on the Badger Lake property. It's down in the southwest of the Athabasca Basin. It's about 30 kilometres off Arrow and Fission 3.0's exciting projects. And there we're looking to update our understanding and do some geophysical work that will provide us with the targets that we then need to drill. After that work, we're going to complete a ground-based geophysical survey, which will supply even more information. And that will complement earlier work we did last month, which was a sort of geochemical survey and looking at the radon results to really hone in on targets where we can slap a couple of drill holes in and see what we find.
Okay, good. And you did some work over the summer as well. So did the work you did here, I think it was on Perch River, did that help to inform these plans and really finalise them?
Yeah, so, Perch River is up on the other side of the basin, so it's to the northeast. And on that project that we wanted to try and understand the geochemistry of the soils and the radon results as well, and really refine this rapids target. So it was identified during our first sort of pass on the property that this area is quite interesting. We had enough geophysical confidence that we wanted to do some sampling programs there. And the results have actually, frankly, exceeded what I expected to see. We've got multiple coincident anomalies, firstly in the radon. So radon is a gas that is derived from uranium. We've also got from lead-206. So lead-206 is formed during the radioactive decay of uranium. We compare that to lead-204 results, which is formed billions of years ago. We can get a really clear idea of where lead that's coming from uranium is. And if we have lead that's coming from uranium, it's a fairly good sign that we may have uranium at depth. And then additionally, we were able to see some anomalies in uranium, which of course we're after, and then other elements that are kind of associated with this style of deposit. So they were copper, nickel, and lead generally. So this was a really exciting target, and as we move forward, we're going to try and understand more of the geophysics of the area, which is a key component in exploration in this district. So we're doing an airborne geophysical survey over Perch River, alongside another two surveys over our east and west Hawkrock properties, which lie about 30 to 50 kilometres away from that particular project.
Okay. So that gas that was mentioned, the radon gas and the lead, I was wondering what the significance was, but you basically explained that there. When you see presence of these gases, that's indication of uranium mineralization.
Yeah, it can be. Searching for uranium, we're quite blessed, really, in that there's no other substances that geologists tend to explore for that give off a gas or give off these isotopic signatures in such a distinct way. If you look for gold, you tend to use other elements and such like. But with uranium, not only do we have a scintillometer in the field that can give us a screaming, blasting signal that we have uranium, we also have these gases and these isotopes that can really help us.
Okay, good. So the next steps, and as you said there, geophysics and airborne, that's really to help you understand the geology.
Yeah, so on both projects are getting an airborne geophysical survey. We're using the same contractor, so we get a little bit of cost saving there, which means I can do more dense surveying and I can really gain more understanding of these projects. And then on Badger Lake, we're doing a ground-based survey. So that's where we actually put probes into the ground. And this method we're using is called ANT. And that's what's called a passive seismic method. And that uses the seismic waves that are naturally within the Earth, from the earthquakes and other seismic activities. They pass through the crust. And when they hit our survey area, the geology below there gives slightly tiny, subtle different responses. Those tiny, subtle responses are picked up by the array of sensors that we put on top of it. Those sensors then transmit that data away, and the comparison between individual sensors' responses to these seismic waves is then processed by very clever geophysicists and various other individuals to give us a 3D picture of the ground below there. We need 3D because these deposits are not located at surface. They're located about 200 meters down. So when we drill, we're drilling as all geologists are, in a 3D space, but it's even more key here to have that understanding, because these deposits are relatively small but relatively high grade. So you can't drill a porphyry target that's a kilometre across. Our targets are well within 200 metres, 20 metres even. So we really need to be incredibly precise before we start drilling. And of course, we are looking to drill on Badger Lake. That ONS indicated that sort of Q1 next year, depending on the results and various other factors, I'm looking to sink one of these high-impact drill programs that we have through UCAM. We have 5 outlined. One of them is going in first quarter of next year, and we're hoping to make a discovery, of course.
Well, indeed. And when you say high impact, what do you mean by high impact? Just loads of drills going for it?
Not so much loads of drills, but we are, one of the benefits of being partnered with UCAM and this £10 million is that we don't have to do one drill hole and hope for the best. We can really do a significant program and have an understanding and make a discovery. The more drill holes you sink, the more you can find. We don't want to be one of those companies where you sink a drill hole and then we turn our back on these deposits. It's happened time and time again in that area. So with this backing of UCAM, with this significant funding, we're able to have programs that will actually generate shareholder value by being comprehensive and sensible and build on our work that we're currently carrying out in the next couple of months and have done all that.
Yeah, okay, good. So this is really about identifying those targets so you can go and do the high impact drilling program sometime throughout the course of next year.
Yeah, so Badger Lake's probably Q1. Perch Rivers, there's some technical challenges in terms of doing geophysics there. There's a river through the middle of the target and such like, so that'll be pushed back into the summer. And then, of course, we're looking at other projects. We have 2 or 3 projects within the Athabasca that I'm tempted to drill, but I need to wait on this science. I need to wait on these surveys. I can't just hope for the best and put a dart into the project based on the information we currently have. And of course, we have a project out in Labrador that I'm looking forward to talking more about in the future that is a potential contender for drilling too.
Okay, with the ultimate objective, as you say, to make that discovery. So next year could be quite a big one for POW.
Absolutely. And we have to do these early stage works first. And I appreciate shareholder interest and the patience. But if we're going to do this right, as we do across all of our projects, and make a discovery that will generate shareholder value, we have to start with these kind of semi-baby steps and work our way towards the huge leap of actually sinking a drill onto this stuff.
Okay. And as you go down those baby steps, will you expect to make some announcements to market to keep the shareholders updated on how that work is going at the moment that's now planned, and as you start to really plan that drill program?
Absolutely. So we already did that this week, with the Perch River results. And, our airborne survey starts next week. There's going to be a little bit of lead-in time because these results have to be flown and then processed and various other aspects. But yeah, I love talking about rocks, as you may well know, and I love talking about these projects. So I'm really excited to help develop the story and involve our shareholders and involve the investment community in this work.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's good to speak to you, Jack Dan, of course, the technical director for the uranium joint venture there with UCAM. Looking forward to talking more as those plans develop and the exploration gets underway.
Me too, Mark. Thank you very much for your time.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.